Hello, my name is Julia Shea. I'm in the Bio 93 lab class, and today I'll be talking about taxonomy. Now, I don't know about you, but I've spent my fair share of time scratching my head over this one. So let's break it down together. First things first, what is taxonomy? Taxonomy is the science of classification. It's like creating a family tree for living organisms. So imagine trying to organize a massive family reunion with relatives you've never even met before. That's basically taxonomy for all the creatures on Earth. And I think even space, now that there's such a thing as astrobiology. So now here's where it gets tricky. Each level has defining characteristics that set the groups apart. For instance, at the class level, animals might be either warm-blooded or cold-blooded. And as we move down the order, we might start to see more specific traits. So like building a case file for each group, trying to identify unique fingerprints that distinguish them. And then there's the fancy Latin names. So binomial nomenclature is the practice of giving each species a unique two-part name. So genus first, and then species second. I guess it's like last name followed by first name. So like I would be Shea Julia. For example, Homo sapiens, Homo and then sapiens for us humans. And remembering these names can be like learning a new language, but it's really important for clear communication in the scientific community. So now let's address the elephants in the room, the challenges and controversies. The natural world is messy, and fitting everything into these categories can be like trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces. There are debates and changes and discoveries that just constantly shake up the taxonomy game. They're always moving things around and trying to figure out what the best way to do things is. And I believe that is kind of what makes taxonomy simultaneously frustrating and fascinating. Getting to the aspect that confused me most initially was the hierarchical structure of taxonomy. So I guess it's like a set of Russian dolls, with each level getting more and more specific. Like, take a Russian doll, open it, there's a smaller one inside, open it, there's a smaller one inside, open it, there's a smaller one inside. So with that, now bear with me here, we have the broadest category, domain, and then we work our way down through kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and finally species. Starting with kingdom, it is the first and broadest classification. So all living organisms are categorized into kingdoms Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, and Monera. Each kingdom represents a major group with shared characteristics, and the level of classification that follows the kingdom is the phylum, which groups are organized based on their prominent physical features. Next is class, which uses more common traits to classify organisms. An example being how all mammals have mammary glands and hair. And after class comes order, which focuses on the similarities in anatomy and behavior between groups and classes. So, for example, how we order birds by things like beak shape and eating habits. Fifth, we have family, which groups organisms with specific characteristics together, like the family Canidae, which I believe consists of dogs, wolves, and I believe foxes. They all have common characteristics that separate them from other carnivores. And then sixth, we have genus that groups together related species. For example, the genus Homo includes species like Homo sapiens, and Homo neanderthalensis, if I'm saying that right, I believe, which share an evolutionary relationship. Finally, we have species, which is the most specific level of classification, which groups of organisms that can breed and produce fertile offspring together. That is what that is. So, as we wrap up our taxonomy journey, I hope that this was helpful and that I shed some light on the intricacies of classification. Thank you for joining me today.